Hi kids, it's Little Mr. Bologna, and I am reporting to you live from Mr. Bologna's laptop. And welcome to another episode of DG58ART Weekly.
And yes, thank you, Little Mr. Bologna. This is another episode of DG58ART Weekly, where we recap what the young artists of Downers Grove have done this past week. We are going to kick off this episode with the 4th grade. 4th grade has been working on Tinkercad the past few weeks, and this was the last week where they could make anything they want with the app. Here are some of their examples. As you can see, I am rocking a Philippine jacket. You're probably wondering, why am I doing that? Well, my parents are from that country, from Asia, and they moved here in the United States before I was born. This ties in with what the 3rd graders are doing these past few weeks. They've been reflecting and looking into their own personal culture, and this past week, they started a photo shoot based on the photographer Greg Segal and placed items that best represented them as they lay on the floor. Here's some examples this week. Oh man, 5th grade have started a pop art unit on Roy Lichtenstein, the artist who is famous for taking comic book panels and making them larger, replicating them. And as you know, I'm excited about that one because comics are my thing. As you can see, I got 3 helpers here: Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Hulk. Some of the students did superheroes, but some students also chose other funny comic strips like Snoopy and Calvin and Hobbes. It's great. Here's some of the panels that they chose for the upcoming weeks. I can't wait to see which one they pick and replicate on their own. Nope, sorry about that. I really shouldn't be walking and texting at the same time and should be paying attention to where I'm going. But hey, now that I have your attention, this actually ties into what the 6th graders have been working on. The kids have been looking at the work of Andrew Ray and Kyle Ruskin. Andrew Ray being the artist, Kyle Ruskin being the photographer. What these guys did was they took pictures of people on their phones while texting as they're out in public. Then Andrew Ray, the artist, he would add things coming from the phone or around the people's faces. Pretty cool, right? Well, the 6th graders, what they did was they took the pictures of their art teachers. I'm scared. Or they had a choice of taking a picture of themselves texting, or they found some pictures on the internet and they added to it using any art app that they wanted. Here's some pretty crazy, wild, imaginative examples. Second graders have been doing two things. A few classes have taken a tour of the artwork at the Downers Grove Public Library, and a few classes have finished up their community heroes. Here are some examples of the heroes that they have created this past week. Probably wondering why I'm posing. Well, first graders are doing a couple things. One, they started a unit on sculpture where they looked at a few famous sculptures from around the world and they struck a pose. Not that there's any sculptures like this. Well, there could be. And some of the classes finished up their cityscapes. Here's some examples of both their poses and cities. Well, that wraps up another episode of DG58ART Weekly. Thank you all for joining us once again, and we cannot wait to see what these artists continue to do in the upcoming weeks. So, fellas, you know what time it is. To the Artmobile, let's go! All right, guys, come on, let's go. We got Baby Yoda, Little Mr. Bologna, Little Spider-Man, and an announcement happening